Aloha friends, and welcome back to the kitchen. I am so excited today because I'm showing you how to make a carnivore high protein thin mint cookie that is so delicious. You don't even need an oven to make these, people. They're that simple, that delicious. My recipe testers are going wild for this recipe. They said they made it 3 times already, and you're gonna want to try these. So before we get into that, my name is Maria Emmerich. I'm a nutritionist who specializes in making recipes that are very healthy and very delicious, because my goal is for you to be able to stay on the diet and feel like you're cheating eating cookies, but you're not. So come check this out. You're gonna want to try these. I love them. They're so good. Check that out. Okay, my friends, this is actually take 2 because I forgot my microphone. What you're going to need to make these carnivore thin mints is salted butter and a pot. You do not need an oven, which is nice for summertime. We're going to use Equip, their chocolate mint, but if you do not have this, you could use their chocolate and then some mint extract. Okay, that is an option that totally works fine. You're going to want 1/4 cup of powdered allulose. It's totally optional. You could omit that if you don't want it super sweet, if you're carnivore. And stevia glycerite. I blend sweeteners to make it a really great flavor. And you're going to want 1/2 cup of whole milk powder. So I have 1/2 cup of salted butter into this pot, and I'm going to bring you closer to watch how we're going to make this, okay? We're going to start with browning the butter, and I'm going to turn that all the way up. And brown butter tastes great on absolutely everything. My carnivore steak sauce starts with brown butter. I have brown butter truffles. I like brown butter. It tastes like caramely, nutty, delicious. And you're gonna wanna stand close nearby when you're doing this because it can quickly turn black. Little pieces of black flecks can turn up on the sides if you're not stirring it. And black butter is just not so delicious. It just tastes like burnt butter. So I'm going to, you can see it's turning brown already because I already started it earlier with my first video. But once it turns brown, we're going to turn the heat off, okay, like that. And we're going to add the milk powder. You can push it as hard as you want. The milk powder. We're going to add our powdered allulose and stevia glycerite, which is a non-bitter stevia. I really like that stevia. And then we're going to add our Equip. 1 scoop of Equip. And Equip is so generous. If you use code Maria, you save 20%, which is the largest discount you're going to get with them. And I would say don't buy it from Amazon. Jeff Bezos doesn't need another yacht. He has a yacht just for his toys out in front of us. And if you support small business, you know, that's the way to do it. Buy it direct from the company. Okay. So this is actually all you need to make it. It doesn't look like much yet, but we're going to smash these into cookies, and they're going to harden and be so, so good. You don't even need a hand mixer to do this. Just whisk. And you can taste it. Make sure it's sweet enough to your liking. You could add a little salt if you want to. But I'm thinking about adding a little coarse salt on the top of each cookie after we glaze them in the chocolate. Okay. So now what we're going to do, set this aside. Yeah. Check out Equip. That's fantastic. It's made from beef, if you didn't know that. All right. We're going to grab a piece of parchment. I just have it on a cutting board, and we're going to divide this, be careful, don't burn yourself, into 12 cookies. So make sure it's not too hot, and divide it into 12. And then when you make a little circle, you're going to take like a measuring cup and flatten those, okay? Just like that. Perfect. There we go. I'm just going to divide it to make sure I have, I mean, if you make them bigger, smaller, you know, you do your thing. But the serving size will be for 12 cookies. I might have made mine a little too big. That's okay. And now we're going to place these in the fridge to set while we make that, or the freezer, while we make our little chocolate coating. smells delicious. What's not to love? Brown butter and chocolate. Yeah. I'm not getting 12, but it's totally okay. More importantly, I want them to be evenly sized. Okay. This one looks a little smaller. Yeah, my recipe testers really love this. They're like, what is this magic? Ooh, that one was really warm. And these are so good, I would make a quadruple batch if I were you and store them in the freezer instead of Girl Scout Thin Mints, because they're just so much better for you. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to the trouble to make them, that's how I cook all the time. If I'm gonna make something, I do a quadruple batch, especially if I know my family loves it. Like meatballs, I always do a quadruple batch of meatballs. I just actually took some out of the freezer before I made these. Just because if I have everything out, why? Work harder, work smarter, not harder, right? Okay, these are looking good. Smash these up. Trying to make the edges even too. And then pop these in the fridge while we make the coating. And I'll catch you back in a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to make the coating. I'm using the good chocolate, their milk chocolate. You could use any sugar-free chocolate you want to. I like the good chocolate. It's sweetened with stevia, and it's a really nice small company, and it tastes delicious. I usually bring these when I travel and hand them out to people. So we're just gonna chop that, and we're gonna place that into a heat-safe bowl. We're just gonna use a microwave. You could do this over the stove top if you wanted to, but I'm not afraid of a microwave. The smaller you chop it, the better it will melt. And when you heat it, make sure to do it in just 15-second increments, because chocolate is very temperamental and it can be very frustrating to work with. It can burn very easy and separate. So I do suggest to chop it pretty good. All right. I don't know much about, I know like some people talk about the Lily's sugar-free chocolate. I don't know what ingredients those are. I've never tried it, so I do not recommend Chalk Zero. They have a lot of starches in there, inulin, tapioca, chicory root, and my dear friend Dr. Ann Childers did an experiment where she tested her blood sugar with Chalk Zero versus Snickers bars, the same size, and the blood sugar went up twice as much with Chalk Zero, just so you know. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of salted butter and a little mint extract, okay? That's all you need. This time I'm gonna pour it in here because the other day I spilled a whole bunch. All right. And when it comes to choosing extracts, I like this Frontier Co-op. I'll have the link in the recipe. So I'm gonna heat this up and then catch you back in a second. Okay, so I almost burnt it, but I quickly caught it. So you want a nice smooth chocolate like this. And I'm gonna let the cookies sit in the freezer for, I put them in the freezer, not the fridge, for another minute, because the warmer this is and the cooler those are, the better these are going to glaze. All right. All right, so we have our cookies, and you can see as they cool, it's just like you baked a cookie. And now we're going to just glaze these. I probably should have used heavy cream instead of butter, but this will be all right. I don't think we're gonna get all the way around, like a full dip. I don't know. I'm not sure, people. I think we're gonna do this instead. And then once you frost it or glaze it or whatever you want to call it, I am going to take a sprinkle of salt like that. Just a touch. The Redmond Beautiful pink salt here, mineral salt. There we go. Like a nice little swirl. I am not an artist, people. Forgive me, please. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I wanted to use butter instead of cream when it came to the chocolate is I wanted it to harden more, you know, kind of like a Thin Mint would. But I think it would have turned out to maybe a little easier to glaze them completely with cream. I don't know, I'm sticking with butter. There we go. Just like that. And you have Thin Mint cookies that are really good. No sugar, no almond flour, no regular flour. I didn't know if you know this, but none of my recipes have flour. No flour in my recipes. All right. So once these set in the fridge for a little bit, we'll have Kai's taste test. Everybody, it is Kai's taste test time, and we do a rating 1 through 10. We would love to know what your rating is in the comments below. What would you rate this Thin Mint, 1 through 10? Yeah, Kai, why don't you give us a bite and let us know what you would rate it? Because I know what I would rate it. It is fantastic. And do you like mint?
Yeah. Not most of the time.
He always says it tastes like toothpaste. Do you like chocolate?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, sometimes. So you're not really a sweet person either, so I don't know how this is going to go. What do you think?
That's, I would say it's good.
It's good? But like, how good? Like a 10? We never get a 10. 10s are for Wagyu steaks. Most of you know that.
I say 7.9.
7.9. I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it a 9 for sure. I mean, especially like going from a Girl Scout cookie to this was very healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so people, if you like videos like this, please subscribe. It's completely free to you, costs you $0, and it helps out a family like us a lot. And our other son, Micah, who's older, a little bit more shy, doesn't like to be in the videos, he started memberships on YouTube for us. So if you do want to support us, other than subscribing, check out our memberships. And what do you want to tell people?
Cook with your kids.
Cook with your kids. Get some Equip. Code Maria.